It's The Loan Show on KSRO with George Adair. Call in with your questions now at 636-1350.
Hey, we're back. Sonoma County, George Adair here with two great guests, Megan Creed and Trish McCall from Bradley Real Estate. Hey, Trish, how do people get a hold of you?
Oh, thanks so much for asking. Direct line is 707-481-4420, and my website is www.mccallandcompany.com. That's McCall and Company, all spelled out, .com.
And we're going to put your contact info on my Facebook page, which,
great.
For those of you who haven't put it in your favorites list or liked my page yet, it's facebook.com/Bay Equity Loans. Check us out. Hey, so Trish, we've been talking about some strategies to improve the position of your offer, so to speak, how to get it to the top of the pile. Can you give me some more insight, some more detail? Like, how do your buyers' offers stand out from the rest?
I'm really glad you said that, and it is really important. Strategizing with our buyers. When a buyer comes and works with us and decides to come to my McCall and Company team, the first thing that they know that they can guarantee is that I do have a team. I have a full-time licensed assistant who's be able to answer the phones at all time. There's nothing more frustrating than to call and not be able to reach somebody. So we have that in place. And then Megan is a wonderful agent that is a part of our team. I have Tim McCall, who's also my son, works with us. I have Diane, who also works with us, and then I have Melissa, who's on our team. But Megan has been a great example of when somebody calls in who's ready to write an offer on our one of our properties or on a property, and we can react quickly.
So, Megan, you just got in the business about 3 months ago, right?
Yes.
And you've already been successful at closing a transaction. You've written successful offers.
Yes.
So, Trish, having Megan there gives you the ability to reach out to more buyers, where you supervise the transactions at every stage. But Megan get out there and show property.
Exactly. And one of the things is speed is very important in this market right now, and I can only do so much. You know, we provide, I work right alongside everybody else, but what we do is we want to provide quality, excellent expertise as well as, successful transactions. And so when the process works, somebody will call in, somebody will give us their information, we'll get them approved right away, and then we begin the process. And that's where Megan takes over.
So, Megan, tell us what do you do with the clients after they've been pre-approved?
So Trish will usually hand me over the clients, and then I call you, and you get the client pre-approved. But what I can do with speed is make sure that I can find out what the client is looking for and send them over a portal immediately of homes that are within their price range, and also help them locate an area that fits some of their criteria. Mm-hmm. And then Trish and I work together after that to make sure that the process is seamless.
Yeah, I'll tell you, folks, there's a lot of realtors that just sit back and rely on the MLS automated system to give out the listings that are there. And that's such a passive way to look for property. And we've had discussions before. What additional steps do you take with your buyers?
Well, that's really important. We don't wait for properties to come on to the MLS. As I said earlier, that buyers are surprised at how low their payments might be, and they might not even realize that they can buy, as well as our sellers are surprised at how quickly they can sell their house on this market. And so we approach both the properties that are on the MLS. Yes, we're on top of those, but then we are always networking with other agents for properties that may be coming on ahead of time. We farm areas, letting them know that we have qualified buyers, but we don't send those letters out unless we really do have a qualified buyer. So if you get a letter from us saying we have a buyer in this price range in this neighborhood, we've literally asked our sellers or our buyers, go out, find a neighborhood you like, pick the house you like, and we will contact those people, and we have made many transactions with that strategy.
So if you're just tuning in, I'm here with Trish McCall and Megan Creedon. They're with Bradley Real Estate, and we're talking about buyer strategies. We've also been talking about selling strategies, and I have a question about that. Are we in a seasonal market? Do you feel like this is an artificially inflated and adjusted summer? Or are we going to see this sustain through the next couple of years? What's your overall impression of the market today?
If I had the answer to that question, I would be a multimillionaire, and I would love to have the exact answer, but I'm going to tell you what I think.
I'll let you borrow my crystal ball.
Oh, that would be awesome. If it worked, that would be terrific.
It does. It's amazing.
Anybody that says that they really do know that, I don't know whether they do, because who would have ever thought we would have experienced what we have just experienced? But if you look historically over the last 100 years, every 10 years, you will see a cycle of change that has gone through, and it's amazingly consistent in the 10-year pattern. So we're in that change again. My heart would love for it to be, let's just continue on and let's develop and let's hope that our economy, is truly showing the signs that we're seeing in our economy of return and recovery. We're feeling it beautifully in Sonoma County. I was at the fair last night. You see, it looks like there's a lot going on. There's a much better feel everywhere you go. So my gut feeling is that we're going to see an improved market. We're moving forward. And as soon as sellers realize that actually they can sell their house for a reasonable amount, then I think we're going to see more on the market.
That's great. Yeah, the crystal ball thing, right? We'd all be rich, but then again, we're not. So we sort of have to react to the market as we take what it comes with.
I will tell you, we are on the front lines and we are seeing what's happening.
Absolutely. Folks, the thing that you want to remember in working with a realtor is there's home-based realtors. There's folks that just work out of their house. And that works for some people, but then there's realtors that approach the business as a business. This is what they do, and that's what Megan Creedon and Trish McCall do. This is their business. I've been to their office, very nice office, and I'm going to ask you, Trish, how do people get a hold of you again?
707-481-4420 or McCallandCompany.com is our website.
Okay, and again, we'll put that on our Facebook page, .com/Bay Equity Loans. In the last segment of the show, I'm going to give you some real numbers that might really surprise you. If you're renting or you have family that's renting and you've been standing on the sidelines, I'm going to give you some good, compelling information as to why this is a good time to buy. Stick around.
To find out more about Bay Equity Home Loans, call George Adair at 707-583-8100. That's 707-583-8100.
Hey there, Sonoma County. If you're paying over 5% for your mortgage, or maybe you're underwater with your mortgage, you need to stop and listen to this message. I'm George Adair with Bay Equity Home Loans here in Santa Rosa. We're helping homeowners save hundreds every month and thousands every year. Today's low fixed rate is only 3.5%. You heard me right, 3.5%. Call Bay Equity today at 583-8100. Don't delay. Call us today at 583-8100. We can show you how refinancing into a low fixed rate can save you thousands on your mortgage. Please call 583-8100 and call and ask about the new refinance program for homes that are underwater. The time for a low fixed rate home loan is now. Bay Equity is your home for loans. Call us at 583-8100.
30-year fixed rate 3.69%. Licensed by the Department of Corporations number 6053919 and MLS number 238915, equal housing lender.
Are your family's films and videos still collecting dust in the closet or the garage? Are you waiting for the next generation to deal with them? Why not relive those precious memories today with your whole family? Video Bright can bring your priceless videos out of the closet and onto your beautiful big screen TV. We put them on DVDs that will have the grandkids rolling in the aisles, and we can make copies for your whole family. Remember the tie-dye dress you wore to the wedding? Remember Dad's gigantic sideburns or the Volkswagen bus you drove off to college? You don't? That's because you're getting old, and so are your videotapes. So don't wait. Let Video Bright bring those wonderful memories back into the present. Video Bright is on West College Avenue in Santa Rosa. Call them at 571-8888. That's 571-8888. Or log on to videobrite.com. Copy, convert, create. Video Bright.
It's The Loan Show on KSRO with George Adair. Call in with your questions now at 636-1350.
So, George, I'm wondering, is today the day that we get to play our game show music and do our jackpot?
Michelle, I'm throwing a curveball at you today.
We don't get to do that?
No, we didn't have enough pre-partying for you and I to discuss how this was going to go.
Okay.
I have a new perspective on the refi jackpot.
Okay.
In fact, it's not a refi at all. It's a purchase.
Oh.
Yeah. So here it is, folks. Did you know that if you bought a house like my client who's closing escrow on Friday, okay, first-time home buyer, $270,000 house she's putting down. It's an FHA loan, 3.5%. So she's borrowing $260,000. Her rate's 3 3/4. It's a really good loan, right? Payment's only $1,820 a month for everything. We call that PITIMI, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, mortgage insurance. Got that? PITIMI. I said that really fast to make you guys think I'm really cool. So for $1,820 a month, she's going to own this house. Now, of that payment, she gets some immediate benefits that she wouldn't get otherwise. Michelle, we've talked about this before. What's the percentage of people that don't save any money?
50?
Yeah, half of America have no savings.
Wow.
That should scare everybody. It's crazy. People live paycheck to paycheck. This particular buyer and any other buyers out there that are renting for $1,800 a month are throwing the money away. Okay? She doesn't have excellent credit. She had decent credit, under 700. She had an average down payment, which she actually borrowed from her mom and sold a car to make happen. And she is going to be paying the same that she was paying for rent. Of that, $400 a month goes immediately back into her balance sheet. She doesn't even have a balance sheet before this. She now is building her asset base. Then she gets the tax benefits. Now, my math says that that's another like $400 or so a month. Okay, you have to talk to your CPA. I'm not a CPA. I've got a lot of licenses. That's not one of them. So all in all, just by doing this year over year, she's actually improving her balance sheet tremendously. And the way it works that after the first year, she's putting $5,000 a year into her principal balance. She wouldn't be doing that if she was renting, right? She'd just be giving it to her landlord. Well, she'd be paying her landlord's mortgage. Right? After 5 years, it's $36,000. Now, I can tell you, if she wasn't putting it into her house, she likely, 50% chance, she wouldn't be saving it at all. So rent for $1,800, buy for $1,800. Then she gets the tax benefit worth another $400 a month in tax write-off deductions. She can adjust her W-2 down. It's a really cool program. Okay? I mean, Trish, have we been in the last 8-9 years, have you seen a time where there's such a quality matching between rent and home payments? It's
amazing. What we're dealing with is just an amazing market, and that's obviously why we're having such a trouble with so many buyers.
Yeah. Everyone wants to jump in. I was part of a transaction where there were 26 offers.
Exactly.
They actually accepted ours, which was cool, and they gave up on cash buyers, right? Now, why? Let's talk about that real quick. Cash versus financed buyers. Is there a huge discrepancy today?
It used to be because of the appraisal problem. Because if somebody wanted to win out and they wanted to offer more, then they would have to release their appraisal contingency in order to balance out being a cash offer.
And so part of the issue was FHA loans, right?
It was.
And there's definitely a stigma in the marketplace amongst realtors about FHA loans.
Well, there used to be, not so much as now, because the level of the quality of properties is not as distressed as it used to be, as well as now you actually can, you can if you have confident lenders,
right,
then it can come through.
And that's what I was going to suggest is the lender is a big part of that. If the lender can perform, then the listing agent feels more comfortable.
Yes.
Now, in situations where FHA may not be the right fit, did you know that Bay Equity, we haven't talked about this too much, I was just told you about it today. Bay Equity has a 3% down conventional program.
That's an amazing, that sounds wonderful.
So you actually can put down less than 3.5%, which FHA requires. So 3% down, conventional with mortgage insurance, the rates are under 4%. Would that get more buyer attention for you compared to an FHA buyer?
I actually have one right now where it says on the listing, no FHA loans. But that would mean that I could then write on that property with using this product. In fact, I'll probably do it today.
That's great. Well, let's talk about that after the show. Thank you, Trish McCall, Megan Creedon with Bradley Real Estate. If you want to reach Trish at 481-4420. Thanks for tuning in today. We're here every Wednesday at 12:30. I'm George Adair with The Loan Show. See ya.